reality as not self, because now it's appearing. For example, is there seeing right now? How many moments of seeing? Can only one single reality be directly experienced? Impossible. According to the processes that Buddha taught, after Bhavanka, what is that? Not seeing yet. But there must be a citta before seeing. Can that be known? Impossible. And can the citta after seeing be known? Impossible. That's why now, because seeing performs the function of seeing, so the characteristic of that which sees, which is the citta, the seeing consciousness, can be known because it's there, experiencing an object from moment to moment, never lost at all. There must be citta arising and falling away. No matter when one is fast asleep, or one sees or thinks or whatever, it is that which experiences the object unknowingly. Only that which is taken, which appears as something, and that is what we say, nimitta. Now, at moment of seeing, it's not just one single seeing. So what appears now is many moments of seeing, not of citta, not of citta before it or after it. That's why it is a nimitta of seeing. And any doorway, not single reality can be directly experienced by way of viticita, processes of experiencing an object. So, since only one cannot be directly experienced, so what is now there must be the nimitta, the succession of that certain particular reality. Even Panchatavaravachana, the citta before seeing, and the Sampatichana after seeing, cannot be known. So, sin is not be known. That which is known is nimitta of only seeing, because it performs the function of seeing, while the other does not perform the function of seeing. It performs its own function, which is in between or after seeing. That's why so many realities are in between processes, and there must be bhavanka in between. That's why everything which now experience so very short, because it appears only in one process, and after that it is bhavanka. But it's so very, very rapidly that what is known is just seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. But the other cittas are in between, unknown. That's why it is the nimitta of seeing when there is seeing. It is nimitta of hearing when there is hearing. And at moment of smelling, it is the nimitta of the citta, the smell consciousness. That's all. That's why one lives in the world of nimitta, unknown, that actually what we think is there is not there anymore. In order to be able to condition moment of realizing the absolute truth, otherwise there cannot be the eradication of the idea of self or thing at all. So each word of truth should be considered very carefully. No one, what does it mean? No thing, not just only no one, no thing. What does it mean? It is the moment when the world is not covered up with ignorance and attachment anymore, so that it can directly understand what is there as it is, only one reality as nimitta of that object. And when there's no understanding, the nimitta is taken for something to be known as glass or shoes, and that is panyati. It made known by its nimitta. When it is the nimitta of that, the panyati take it for shoe, the nimitta, and the panyati make it known as a rose, see, or a nimitta. Reality, the absolute reality arising in the way all time, unknown. That's why the world is covered up with ignorance and attachment. Until ignorance is less, no attachment to the next object, So there can be the moment of beginning to understand the truth of that object, not the past or the future, but what is there as nimitta, can be studied as not self, until the world is lost. Because what we take for the world is that which is conditioned to arise and falls away in succession so rapidly that it appears as nimitta, and paññatti make it known as something all the time, like eye, the shape of tower, or whatever is there, by shape and form of the succession of the rapidity of that which arises and falls away in split seconds. All nimitta, but the truth is underneath, behind what appears is that which arises and falls away, cannot be arise again, cannot return, cannot be found, completely extinguished. But they're conditioned for the next one instantly all the time. Even the citta itself, after it has fallen away, it conditioned the next citta by way of anantara paccaya. So the citta which does not condition the next moment is only parinibbana of the arahata. That's why life has to go on, being born and die, and born again and die again, different ones, different moments, even in this life. How can it be I or anything? Seeing is seeing, hearing is hearing. The reality which experiences has to experience when it arises. And that which cannot experience, no one can make it experience anything. Because its nature, its hard or soft, smell or taste, only that. So many things behind the scene, the picture, the nimitta of what is there as something. So the word of the truth, no one and no thing, only a reality experiencing an object at a time. Without that which experience, there is no world, no thought about anything at all. So thinking is conditioned by seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, marking, remembering of what is there as something by shape and form, all in one's life. But when there is right understanding, it's so very natural, because now hardness is appearing at moment of touching, no understanding, ignorance is there. Instead of ignorance, it is moment of understanding the nature of that which experiences. This is the way to let go the idea of I touch, or I touched something. All gone instantly, all the time. Blind world, when there's no understanding.
And what is the reason is already gone by the time is thinking about it?
Now it's nimitta of seeing, of what is there appearing as something all the time. But the truth is that it cannot be anything without shape and form. And if there is only one single unit, can it be a towel, a shoe, the soap, or whatever is there? It can be broken up into just a very, very tiny atom, or what is there, particle, arising and falling away. This is the truth, the absolute truth. Nobody can change the truth. There must be a reality. And when we talk about a reality, it is not two or three, just only one, which is real. No one can make that arise or change it into different things. For example, what is seeing is the moment of experiencing what is there, which impinged on the eye base, only that is seeing. Can there be someone there? Can there be anything there? The absolute truth is that it's only that which appears. It cannot be taken for the shape and form as something at all. Because in truth, without that which arises and falls away so rapidly, there cannot be anything at all. But the truth of what is there is, since whatever is real arises and falls away in split second, so very rapidly, that what is left is the succession of that which arises and falls away in succession. And when it is what appears to the seeing, it's something with shape and form. But the truth is that how come the shape and form of that without seeing just a particle which are there together with many moments to form up the idea of shape and form as something, as panyati. It makes known as something because of its nimitta. And nimitta is nimitta of a reality, and further on is the mitta of a thing to be known. And at moment of knowing, no matter in words or not in words, as something is nimitta. That's why we take whatever is there as something. A leaf, say a leaf, a rose, a grain of rice, see, all are that which is seen as nimitta. In truth, just very short, very, very subtle reality arising and falling away all the time. That's why without the enlightenment of the Buddha, the truth is covered up tightly, hardly, no way to open it up because no thought about the truth even is there. How can there be such understanding of the truth of it as without seeing it cannot appear to be the object as something? And when it is just a moment, it cannot be anything at all. And this is the word of truth, the absolute truth of what is there in life, in world. That's why thinking, considering about the truth, how far it is from this moment of understanding what is there. Because actually, there is no one and nothing at all, no world. At moment when only one reality appears to right understanding of its truth, nothing can be there. Otherwise, it cannot appear well or clear to show up as it is, as what is seen is only that. And to be clear understanding, it has to be through mind, because mind experience whatever sense experience instantly. So it experiences the nature of that particle which appears as it is, nothing at all, so fast, so subtle. It has to follow moments of hearing again, considering again, developing little by little of that which is now appearing. Otherwise, it's not the truth, because it does not appear, but we think about it. What about this moment of that which appears, which can be known little by little from considering the truth?
Can you say something about, the consideration of vitakka?
That's why we have to learn just one reality at a time. Mm-hmm. For example, what is vitakka? It's a reality. And what is manasikara? A reality. Are they the same or different?
Different.
Can vitakka consider anything?
No.
So vitakka is only the reality which touches the object. It arises after seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Because seeing, hearing is conditioned by a kamma. Mm-hmm. A kamma, just to see one moment only. Who knows? The citta before seeing cannot see. It's there, performing its function. And the citta after seeing cannot see either. It performs its function, see. But manasikara arises with each moment, arising with citta which experience the object. That's why how many cetasikas arising with a moment of citta all the time, no matter when and what. So understanding the characteristic of our reality to begin to understand that what is there not known at all. That's why now is there the 7 universal cetasikas arising with each moment, one by one, see. That's why there is the term manasikara, a reality which no matter what word we use, it's there, attend to the object, depending on what arises with it, at what level. That's why there is the word aramana, patipataka, manasikara, for the cetasika, which perform its function of attending no matter what the object is. It arises with citta. It cannot experience the object clearly as citta or vitaka and so on, but it's there attending to the object. Even right now, hearing the word, it's that which attending to the sound, to the meaning of it, to consider it, and so on. That's why it's there all the time. And when it is the first moment to experience the object, which is not object of bhavanga, because at moment of birth, citta experiences an object. We don't talk about it yet. And the next moment is conditioned by the same karma, experience the same object, unknown object. But they're seeing right now. Before seeing, there's no seeing. And then a moment of citta, just avatara, adverting to that which is there, impinge on the senses and so on. That is the viti, patipataka, manasikara. It's the manasikara which attend to the object which impinge on the eyelids and so on. So that is viti, the beginning of the process. If it does not arise, if it does not attend with that citta, there can never be experiencing other object at all. That's why it is the viti citta which attend to the object which impinge on the 5 bases. That is panchatavaravachana citta. And that which has been accumulated from moment to moment right now, ignorance and attachment to the being, so on, ready to ooze. But it has to be moment after Bodhapana. That's why when the Bodhapana has fallen away, it's there, Javana. So it is Javana Patipataka. Without that citta, which is Javana Patipataka, it makes way for Javana to be ready to come out, to ooze. Without that moment of citta, whatever is there cannot experience the object with what it has been accumulated, ready to be attachment or aversion. So that is Javana Patipataka, Manasikara. That's why there are 3 kinds of Manasikara. One is Cetasika, arising with each citta, attending to the characteristic of the object. No matter it's heard about the Dharma or whatever experienced, it's there. Aramana, Patipataka, Manasikara, but the moment of experiencing the object, adverting to that, it is the first viti citta. So it is viti patipataka manasikara. If it hasn't arisen, there cannot be seeing, hearing, so on. And the other one is Chavana Patipataka, which is the Manodvara Vachana Citta, is the Chavana Patipataka Manasikara, it has to make way for whatever has been accumulated, no matter through sense or mind or performing different functions. When it's the function of the sense door, it is not the beginning of the mind or the vara to experience the object, but it performs the function of Votapana, make way for Chavana to arise, no matter what doorway. So that is Manotavara Vachana, is Chavana Patipataka Manasikara. So when we heard about the three words, Aramana, Patipataka, Manasikara, it is Cetasika. But Viti Patipataka Manasikara, it is Panja Tavara Vachana. And when it is Chavana Patipataka Manasikara, it has to be Manotavara Vachana because it has two functions. But what function is more? Manodavara Vachana is more. That's why even we use the word Bodhapana, it is a Chitta, which is the first moment of mind or process, but it arises and then fall away. It makes way for Javana, no matter what Vitichitta, through mind or sense. So no one is the Cetasika, which is Manasikara. That's why there is the word wise or unwise, Manasikara. Now, no one, a little more understanding of the details of the reality can condition a little more letting go doubt about the truth is there as it is, not appear as it is, but appears as the Chitta, which can be the object of understanding, has to be only through 6 doorways, one at a time. No matter is it Manasikara or Vitaka, does it appear now? So what appears has to be only what is there through one of the 6 doorways. Even is there like Bhavanka, before and after the process, not known. So what consider as Dhammas, not anyone. It has to be Cetasikas, and which Cetasika, which perform the Manasikara, attending to the characteristic of a reality, which is there experienced by the chief, the Chitta. It's there now, at moment of hearing, and we use the word considering. We don't talk about Phassa or Vitaka or feeling or Cetana, just that which now attend to the object. Is there no Vitaka at moment of thinking? Is there Manasikara because it has to attend to the characteristic of the reality, which is the object of thinking?
I think it would be helpful if we can hear more. Thank you.
If Buddha didn't say anything about the difference between what is there in a moment, Chitta and Cetasika, there cannot be any hint or any way to understand the truth that is so very subtle of them. For example, even just a moment of seeing, there must be Phassa, see, otherwise there cannot be the moment of seeing at all. But whenever there is seeing, the other Cetasikas like Manasikara attend to that which is seen, because all Cetasikas experience the same object which Chitta experiences. That's why Phassa is there, Sanya is there, feeling is there, see, unknown, but they are there. Cetana is there. Manasikara is there, that which attend to the characteristic which appears wisely or unwisely, or just attend to the characteristic which is there, unknown, that now it is attending a reality just like person who performs the function of attend to that object. So now, Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Cetana, Ekakata, Chivitindriyas, and Manasikara, all are there, perform each different function. by different Jetasikas. So it depends on whether it arises with Vipaka Citta or Kusala Citta or Akusala Citta, wise attention or unwise attention, depending on conditions. But it's that which attend to the characteristic of that which appears wisely with other Jetasikas, which are wise too, wisely or unwise. That's why there has to be the understanding of different Jetasika to understand that they are all conditioned reality. No one there. The truth is that actually there are different realities arising, performing each different function by each different Jetasika. So now, at moment of attending to the sound, the word, the meaning, and right understanding develops because it attained wisely. Understand what is there as that which experiences, not that which does not experience. See, each moment there is manasikara cetasika at different degrees by different reality which conditions whatever arises there. Begin to understand the truth that no eye who can attend to the visible object or the sound or what is there at all. There are different realities arising together, and one reality, one Jetasika, arises with each Citta. Attend, it has just the function to attend to the object. That's all. It's not panya, but it's there. Attend the characteristic wisely, carefully, so right understanding, understand it and develops on and on and on. Then there is more and more wise attention, little by little. That's why there is the word attention, please, because it does not appear that there is attention already, but not to that particular object that everyone would like to attend to. Now, attention, please, it's there already. So just wake it up or just help it to understand what is meant by attention, but because it's now attending to the object, to the sound. Just learn to understand each different reality in life. It's there in life. At moment of reading, attending to the subtlety of what is there. Just one word, Dhamma. Without attention of the reality which attend to what is there little by little to the word of truth, there can never be the understanding. That's why there is wise attention to be conditioned for right understanding. Because of that particular reality is there. Attend to the characteristic of a reality, or the word or the meaning, each moment. Otherwise, I will attend because the word is heard, attention please. Now it's time to attend, but actually it's there all the time, depending on the degree of what is there to attend to. Like attend to asava, see, just the word, see, because asava does not appear when there is seeing. Who knows that there is ignorance as asava is there very slightly, mildly, very little, unknown, because what is known is more distinct than the other reality right then. So now it's there, attention or manasikara, a cetasika, a reality, at any moment of paying attention, as we know. It's that characteristic of a reality arising, performing its function. So it's there all the time with all jittas, one at a time, depending on conditions, to be wisely or unwisely, who knows, until it's thought about, or there are conditions to attend to a reality which perform the function of attending now. Otherwise, how can it be known if there's no word about it? But what can be the object of understanding at different levels cannot be known, all by conditions. But from hearing, considering, understanding, there can be moment of realizing the truth. From hearing and wise considering to understand what is there, until it's the moment of wise attention, wise manasikara, at moment of whatever appears to be known as it's just a reality. So is it now? And naturally, no one knows whether it appears to be known or not, but begin to understand that what is there in a moment. And when it's known unexpectedly, what is that which is object of understanding? Without understanding from hearing, how can it be known? Even while one pay attention to something, at that moment, there's no understanding of that very moment as not I at all. So what is there now? Citta and 7 Cetasikas or more, depending on different moments, appearing and disappearing, without attention known as it's now attending to whatever is there. All are covered up by ignorance, as aswasi, even is there, it's not known until Buddha realized the truth and show the truth in words, different levels to different people. So when there is hearing of the truth, what is that which knows or attending to the meaning to be known that it's true or not, depending on manasikara. It's so true, manasikara is right attention. When it's not true, it's unwise manasikara. Dhammas, that which are real, no matter at any time, Dhamma, each Dhamma has its own characteristic. Attention is there, wisely to understand whether in a day is there any attention to the truth or not yet. Just attend to other objects in a day. So is there now attention beginning to think about it, to know that it's there? What is there now? Attention is there, phassa is there, cetana is there. But what appears is anatta. No one can make it be object of attention as one can know, but it's there known by that reality which attain according to the level of citta. Like aswa, it's there, who knows? But begin to understand how deeply rooted akusala like avijja and tanha always there, and the teaching of the Buddha can condition moment of realizing the truth on and on and on, until there can never be that which is wrong understanding and ignorance arising with that which is misunderstanding, never arising again at all in samsara.